Well, if it isn't the lovely Alex.
Oh, hi, Simon. What are you doing here?
Looking at you, kid.
Hey, you're not the right Simon. You're Simon the imposter, the lippy one.
Exactly, the great savior of mankind who, despite his astoundingly brave deeds, remains modest to the last.
How could I mistake you for the other Simon? You seem so primitive compared to your double. That's the last time you fool me. How did you get out of the dungeon, by the way? Did Abracadabra free you?
I anticipated my acquittal, and by doing so, spared the justice system many millions in compensation.
You fled.
I wouldn't call that expertly executed liberation procedure a flight.
That's against the law.
Calm down. Abracadabra was about to torture me. You expect me to stay in my cell until he comes back to take my brains out?
Well, to be honest, no. I'm glad it's over. Listen, fake Simon, I don't know who you are and where you come from, but I don't want you to be tortured. No one should be. I won't tell Abracadabra that you escaped as long as you promise me you'll do no harm to anyone in town.
Sure, I can promise that. Except for my annoying clone. What's so great about that guy anyway?
Well, he's different. Tidy, kind, and he's no megalomaniac like you.
Okay, he's a loser.
Stop talking like that about my boyfriend.
Your ex-boyfriend, don't you remember? You dumped him. Hey, you explained the situation to him, didn't you?
Kinda. It's none of your business.
Can you tell me where my double lives? If I ever want to visit him.
He has his own house. There's loads of space and he has wonderful furniture.
How quickly girls come over all materialistic. So what's his address?
His address? You're not going there to fight him, are you? Over me? That's so romantic. No, I don't want any one of you getting hurt. I won't give it to you.
Calm down, I'm not gonna challenge him to a duel. I couldn't care less that you went out with this loser. Who's that floating scarecrow over there anyway?
How could you forget about that, Simon? This is my grandfather, Calypso.
Looks more like Apocalypso to me.
I hope you don't have any problems with your memory. It's bad enough that my grandpa's already lost his short-term memory.
What do you mean?
Just talk to Calypso and you'll see what I mean.
I have to go. I'll take the balloon. Maybe Terribilix gravitation converter can be of use. Calypso, hey, how's it going?
I don't know. Good. Maybe.
I'd shake your hand, but I guess I can't since you're a ghost.
Right. Say, boy, can you tell me who that girl standing in my shop is?
Her name's Alex. She's your spoiled granddaughter.
Oh, yes, my granddaughter. She's taking care of the shop now. Such a good child. Hey, what is it I'm doing here exactly? I want to go home now.
You are home. This is your shop.
Ah, well, then this woman should leave, right? I don't know her.
Jeez, I certainly can't expect any help from Calypso. Uh-oh, Alex is giving me death stares. I'd better leave the magic robe where it is. There are a lot of level 7 spells in this book. For example this, saving and loading. When casting this spell, always ensure there is enough free space available on a hard disk or other suitable media. Also verify that you are adequately dissatisfied with your current status before loading an earlier image of your reality. Weird. There's a flyer. Magic accessories and machines. New stock on offer now. Shipping throughout the kingdom. Terribilix the Dragon. Visit us, right-hand side of the Troll Bridge. Curse-free diamonds guaranteed. No revenge seeking past owners. Well, that sounds interesting. I'll take it. A tree with a hole in the trunk. Let's hope there's no wise old owl living in there, because they tend to lecture on and on.
Owl? Can you see an owl somewhere, Pee-wee?
Pee-wee? Says he who lives in a trunk hole? What are you doing in there?
I live here. What did you think? Besides, I'm running a flourishing mail order business for magical objects. You'll find my catalog in every well-stocked magic shop. I somehow prefer that to robbing tradesmen and kidnapping princesses.
That doesn't sound very dragon-like. Can you at least breathe fire?
Oh, yes, indeed I can. And you look somewhat like the kind of guy I prefer to see in carbonized form.
Would you like a bite of Little Red Riding Hood?
Oh, how uncivilized. Only wolves eat humans. My kind only does it in self-defense.
How's business?
Excellent. My den already extends over a large area beneath the tree. I'll soon have to build an extension to store all my riches. I hope you're not jealous, but if so, I can sell you my very own guide, Raking It In for Beginners. It's a bargain at 99 gold pieces and 1 copper penny.
I'd take it for 99 gold pieces, but the copper penny makes it too expensive. I must see...
Hands off, or I'll hit you where it really hurts.
Unbelievable! Why such a brutal nature? Hey, I still need wheels for the pizza chef. The snotty little brat has a skateboard.
What's up?
You have a fantastic skateboard.
I know. Just in case you were about to ask, I won't lend it to you. Not over my dead and mummified body.
I see. What do we have? Under certain, rather unproblematic circumstances, you'd consider lending it to me. I just wanted to mention that I can't forgive you for the rabbit story, you snotty little brat.
Oh, great! You want revenge? Looks like I might finally catch my mom's new cane in action.
Wait and see. Your soul's as black as your cap. You'll have to eternally ail in the demonic fields of hell for your sins, you witch! Well, that amount of malice somehow makes me lyrical.
What were you going on about? I wasn't listening just now. Why once again.
Bye-bye. She's not gonna give me her skateboard out of her own free will. So I guess I'll have to make her. There's that fairy tale with Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. Hey, and I have a Little Red Riding Hood and a wolf. Maybe I ought to stage that fairy tale so that the wolf eats Little Red Riding Hood and I end up with a skateboard. But how can that be arranged? First I gotta make sure that this capped creature brings the basket to her grandma. Then I gotta go make the wolf go there as well. Yes, that might work.
Ah, look who honors us with his presence. Well then, I've got a basket for our dear grandma. She can't wait to get it.
Oh, that's not possible. I'm sorry, but I can't bring the baskets to to Grandma.
Is that so? And why would that be?
Your daughter said that she'd do it from now on.
Really? Oh, my little Leah is such a nice girl. So responsible and decent. You should follow her example.
Decent? The brat is certainly decently screwed up.
How dare you talk about Leah like that? Buzz off.
Oh, at least I got rid of that job as an errand boy.
There you go again. So how should I radically change my life?
You could become a fairy tale wolf and gobble up Little Red Riding Hood.
A fairy tale wolf? That could be something. Gobbling up a whole Little Red Riding Hood? An ancient ancestor paid dearly with his life for doing that, did you know that? Still, he built up a career at the time. First of all, that super fairy tale with the 7 little goats, then the one with Little Red Riding Hood. But then the producers turned him down and hyped up a stupid frog prince instead.
Sure, times were different then, but just imagine what an effect it would have on your self-confidence. You recognize your true calling as a fairy tale wolf, and at the same time, you get over your alcohol addiction. Hollywood would fork out millions for your memoirs.
You mean it's really not so bad? Yeah, could be worth a try. I could just, maybe I really should. All right, what do I do?
You go first. Somewhere on the other side of the troll bridge, there's a little house, well hidden in the middle of the deepest, darkest forest. You can't miss it. If you meet Little Red Riding Hood on the way, say a lovely, biting hello to her from me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very difficult. I'll just try it. But I'm not signing anything.
Well, he's not exactly the ideal casting for Little Red Riding Hood's man-eater, but unfortunately there aren't too many wolves running around here.
You again?
You have a basket for Grandma?
Yes, unfortunately. We used to have this stupid servant to do that, but he buzzed off.
So I was just a cheap servant to you? I should have known. Why don't you play with the killer rabbit? I'm sure you two would get on perfectly.
Oh, but it's so sweet. I want to keep it as a pet, but my mom forbade my dad to build a rabbit hutch.
Ooh, how sweet. I bet it loves you. For breakfast.
No, it also eats idiots like you.
What are you doing here?
I'm just standing around here enjoying the nice weather. Got a problem with that?
I'm leaving, all right.
Hello?
Why are you standing around here?
I'm standing here because Grandma won't let me in. He's just not opening up.
You're not supposed to knock and ask her to let you in. You just break into the house and ruthlessly devour her without mercy.
Easier said than done, but I just don't dare to. Although, if she'd just open up.
Aren't you getting a little hungry? How about some grandma with gravy?
Huh? Yes, actually, yes. But it's not that easy to get in there and eat the grandma.
You are a drunken coward. Just get your ass in there now and eat the grandma.
But the grandma's always sending me away. She instantly notices that I'm a wolf.
Well then, just disguise your voice. Exactly. If you don't sound like a dirty, boozy dog, she won't recognize you.
Oh, I can't do that. I am a dirty, boozy dog. And that's a different fairy tale, by the way.
What's wrong with mixing up a few stories? They keep doing that in Hollywood all the time. Just squeak around a bit and try to sound like you have no teeth. Oh, maybe that'll make her think that you're not planning to eat her.
Like this? You think this is enough? This is never going to work.
Wasn't there that story about those 7 little goat kitties? Let's see whether I can get it together. The 7 goat kids are alone at home, and they're supposed to not open the door for anyone, except for the goat mother. The wolf comes along and asks them to let him in, but the goat kids hear his voice and know that it's not their mother. Then the wolf has an idea. He eats chalk and make his voice sound squeaky.
Yeah, that guy knew the score.
He once again goes to the goat house and asks the kids to let him in, but this time with his higher voice, the kids fall for his trickery and open up. And that's how the wolf gets inside the house and eats all the kids. Except for the one young goat who hides in the grandfather clock.
What a beautiful fairy tale. What happened next? Oh, yes. And then he calmly waited for the mother to come home and finally consumed her too?
Well, sort of. I guess the details would be too confusing right now. What about a nice little castration? That would solve your voice problem once and for all.
What? That's completely out of the question.
Come on, don't tell me you still need these things.
What's that got to do with you? And if you don't change the subject right now, I'll go back to town and get myself drunk.
They say chalk helps against rough voices.
Right, like in this fairy tale. Do you have some chalk?
Unfortunately not, and I don't know whether I can find some, but I'll think of something. There are definitely other ways to make your voice sound higher. I don't have any chalk, but I have this helium balloon. That'll work just as well. Take a breath and get your work done.
Helium? Cool. Haven't had that before. Is it an upper or a downer?
What? Don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could it be that alcohol is not the only thing you're hooked on?
Hey, I'm a victim of society. Hand that over. I'm hungry. I prefer some goat kitties, though. Until we can get a hold of them, we'll have to go for that lousy old frump.
Don't worry. I'm sure that as soon as you've eaten the granny, a little brat will wander up with a black cap, and you can devour that.
Oh dear, I hope it's really that easy. I have been warned more than once about this little devil. Could you please check where she's hanging around? Maybe she's cooking up a plan to finish me off.
You are not short on lame excuses when it comes to eating the grandma. All right, I'll go and have a look what this little libber is up to. See you, Wolf. Hey, Little Red Riding Hood has disappeared. I hope she's not on her way to the fairy tale wolf. Uh-oh, I fear the worst. That part-time terrorist will finish that wolf off.
Oh, it's you. Quick, hide before she comes back.
Have you met a horrible, dreadful, and appalling being?
Oh, yes. Utterly inhuman. A veritable monster, a beast. A nightmare come true.
I see. You met Little Red Riding Hood.
Exactly. That beast called herself Little Red Riding Hood. She appeared to be so small and cute, but then she took that spray and gave me a whole load of it. Then, with an insolent smirk and bared teeth, she went off with her skateboard.
You're haunted by delusions. Little Red Riding Hood is just a little girl. True, she might be a bit cheeky.
You think so? You know what you saw, but I was facing a beast. Aren't you afraid of Little Red Riding Hood?
Me? Oh, not in the slightest. She's just a cheeky but harmless brat who can be finished off hands down. That goes for me, at least. That is, well...
See, I knew it. How come this problem child can run free through the forest? That girl's a threat for anyone who enters the forest with peaceful intent.
You gotta fight. You're a wolf after all. Fight, fight, fight!
Exactly. Fight, fight, fight. I can be a winner. I can... I can... Oh, no, I can't.
You're really hopeless. You'd better go home. You're no match for Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, you're right. She's a beast in human form. Hey, wait. Come to think of it, she's just a little girl with pepper spray who can't behave. I'm going to finish her off.
All right, you've come up with fighting spirit at last. Well then, I will take care of Little Red Riding Hood if you, in the meantime, look after the grandma.
You'd really do that? You're a real hero.
Hey, I'm Simon. Well then, I'll make sure that Little Red Riding Hood has no pepper spray. Then you, maybe, can manage to finish her off.
Maybe.
I mean, easily. I said easily. You're gonna finish her off easily. Main thing is, you don't forget the grandma.
You again?
Shouldn't you hurry up and make sure Grandma gets her basket?
Well, there was a problem. Suddenly this weird guy turned up that looked like a wolf. Hold on. I just have an idea.
Ah, what's that? I'm blind! I'm blind!
That was pepper spray, you moron! My mom gave it to me for annoying perverts like you. The imbecile wolf also got his share. I don't think he liked it much.
That's a nice little toy your mom gave you there. You won't be able to put a real strong man to flight with this pepper spray.
For a sissy like you, it'll do.
Ow! No, not again! Huh, that stuff is easy to get used to. After a few hits, I hardly notice it at all.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Ow, help! Not again!
So you've gotten used to it by now? You don't look like it. One more! What's that?
The stuff is empty.
Darn. Well, never mind. I don't need the pepper spray.
I hope you're not arachnophobic, because I just saw a crawling animal almost a meter in height with long, hairy legs.
Spiders? Good thing I'm not afraid of spiders.
Much the better, because you need strong nerves to deal with these giant monsters when they grab you with their long, hairy legs and open their disgusting gobs to bite you with their slobbery, crooked spider teeth and...
Yuck. I gotta go.
Meanwhile, well, I feel like taking a deep breath of helium.
How do you do, dear Granny? It's Little Red Riding Hood here with your hamper. Open, gee, it looks like I'm beginning to run short on excuses.
Oh, it's you. You're just in time. I do feel an itch on my posterior. Would you mind scratching me a bit?
Huh? You see? Well, right here?
That's the spot. Oh, that feels good. That'll do. Now tell me, why did you come round in the first place?
Well, I'm most upset about the whole matter. I just wanted, well, to eat you.
Eat me? No way. Get out of here.
She said no. Shucks. I'm a genuine fairy wolf. A killer. I just can't allow this lousy old bag to chuck me out.
Hey, the door is open?
Hello, Grandma. What big?
All the better to eat you with.
Really? So you've got big ears, all the better to eat me with?
No, that was wrong. I've got these ears all the better to hear you with.
Makes much more sense, and, your big eyes? I guess you got them to all the better see me with, right?
Precisely. Well then, go for the third question, just to round things up.
Well, right. The third question. Hang on a minute. Guess my mobile's ringing. I think I'll just hop out for a second. I'll be with you in...
Stop! Stay where you are, you cheeky devil!
Oh, nothing like an ancient, bloodthirsty fairy tale. But the story of Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf is not over when the wolf has eaten the little girl. Theoretically, I would have to rescue the brat now. I'll see to that later on. There's no hurry, is there? I won't take the whole pincushion. One needle is enough. Hey you! Fairy tale wolf, wake up!
What? I just mercilessly stuffed myself.
How about a wafer thin mint?
Ugh, go away. I'm absolutely stuffed. And I think something didn't agree with me.
That's probably that little red-hooded skateboard riding thing that your stomach doesn't agree with.
Ugh, it hurts. I think I'm going to puke.
You shouldn't wolf down your food like that. Chew slowly.
Oh, could you stop talking about food? There's something bad happening in here.
Do you think it would help if I jumped on your belly?
No, get a doctor. Someone needs to pump out my stomach.
I've got a skateboard for you. Now you can deliver your pizzas again.
A skateboard, huh? Ha! That's what I started with as a young pizza baker, eh? No money for a bike, but me grandmama gave me a roll board. Ah, give it to me. I bet I can still ride. What kind of pizza you want, eh?
Sour cherry and anchovy.
Oh, see, somehow I must have forgotten this combinazione. Ecco fatto la pizza. I have finished. Sour cherry and anchovy. What an awful taste. Some ragazzi eat everything. Well then, I will deliver this pizza incredibile.
After him. Yes, please. What do you want?
Allora, here is your pizza. Scusi, it took a piccolo momento, but our pizza are the best in the whole dimension. So it's a 3, no, scusi, with a customer discount, 2 silver coins for the pizza per favore. Giovanni is an honest person. Buon appetito.
I didn't actually... Then again, is it fresh from the oven? It's mouth-watering.
Fresh from el forno? You're making a fun with me? Giovanni's pizza always fresh.
It's working without a hitch. Yuck! What's that? Anchovy and sour cherry! Who would eat something like that? I will not touch this culinary crime. Tut-tut, that's no way to handle food. Hey, the punk just threw the complete pizza box in the garbage. Let's see. Anchovies with sour cherries. This is clearly the pizza. My double has very strange taste. I'll carefully sneak a look. If he catches me, I have a problem. Wow, this is a palace. Now I know why Alex was talking about a villa. From the outside, it looks like a dump. But you should never judge a book by its cover. This is really quite strange. How can such a palace fit in such a tiny shack? And the flying whales in the sky are quite unusual as well. Just a moment. Flying whales? Where am I? The entire house is in another dimension! Cool! I'm going to travel through dimensions! I would if I hadn't already. Is there somebody coming? I probably shouldn't go any further. If my double catches me, he will put me in the dungeon for burglary, trespassing, border crossing, espionage, and illegal dimension traveling. No thanks, been there. I need a snow-white mirror or a crystal ball to observe my double without being discovered myself. Surely I can find something like that in this weird dimension. I think this strange dragon mail order may be the right address for me. I bet they have all the usual useless magic rubbish. Geez, this is so much hassle. On the other hand, I will never get to Swampy without the membership card of my double. I'm sure I will discover a lot of interesting things if I take a close look at the shack of this big shot. Before I go back in, I have to know exactly where my doubtful twin is hanging around. I don't want him to catch me wet-handed. Hey, Four Eyes.
Ah, the sorcerer's apprentice with the strange hat. What do you want, Pee-wee?
I'm looking for a magic tool to observe somebody. Anything on offer?
No problem. It's even this year's model. The Magic Observation Mirror Type MOBS 007 shows thanks to the advanced composition of various conjurations from the fields of the imaginary evocation and the audio-visual thaumaturgy of a two-dimensional simulacrum of...
Okay, you can use it to observe people. How exactly does it work?
It's quite simple. You have to calibrate the mirror for the person to be observed. All you need is one of the person's private objects. Then you can see the person in the mirror. It's a rather specific kind of pleasure, though. For this miracle mirror, I can offer you a special price at only 7 wagon loads of gold bars, 15 rubies, 3 really valuable art treasures, and 1 bottle of cheap red wine. For the less solvent customers, I recommend version MOBS 007 Lite, because you save the red wine.
Wow! Who on earth can afford that?
Only a few people. I've only sold one of the mirrors to a rich guy in town recently. He wanted to protect his riches against the most disreputable lady thief of all time, a young blonde chick. But the problem is, having bought the mirror, He ain't rich anymore.
The most disreputable lady thief of all time? Blonde? Must be Goldilocks. I didn't know that she's had such a reputation as a thief. Well, I guess I should check the change. Maybe it's enough for the miracle tool. Not very likely, though. Do you have the address of the rich jerk who bought the mirror?
Of course I have, but I never give away the personal data of my customers.
I must see to a few things. See you around.